Hey guys, and happy Wednesday. I am so excited to be here with you guys and just share a little bit about coaching, about my story, how I got started, and just super excited to hear. There may be some other coaches popping in and out of the group sharing their stories so that you'll get a chance to kind of hear how other people got started and how other people's lives have changed through this opportunity called coaching. So I am Jennifer Hines. I am a full-time working physical therapist. I am also a busy mom of two very active kids and a wife to my wonderfully supportive husband, Tom. We also have a 5-year-old golden and are ready to get a new puppy, so my life is busy. Busy. And one of the things that I wanted to share is that if I can do this with where I kind of started, and as busy as I am, then you can do this too. And you can have your life changed just like my life has been changed and all the other coaches that you may hear from later on. So just a little bit about what to expect. I'll probably be doing a lot of going live to kind of share a little bit about coaching. There may be a few posts thrown in and out. Just depends on what questions we get and kind of what I feel like you guys might want to know more about. But mostly it'll just be us chatting, kind of going live and just sharing a little bit more about what coaching is, how do we get paid, what exactly do we do? That's a big question that people get. You guys have probably seen, if you're in here, you may have seen me or one of the other girls that you might hear from post on social media and wonder, what is she doing exactly? So we're going to kind of break that down a little bit too. And then on day 3, we'll also kind of wrap it up and tell you how you can join our amazing team. So to kind of back up, I started my coaching journey, I started my journey, my health and fitness journey in August of 2015. As a therapist, I've always kind of known, and most people know intuitively what they need to do to get in shape or to lose weight. It's kind of calories in, calories out kind of thing. But I couldn't do it on my own. I had tried Weight Watchers, MyFitnessPal, and buddying up with somebody. I had tried going to the gym. I had been going to the gym for like 2 hours a day. I had paid a trainer, and my trainer, I don't know about the people that you guys have worked with, never shared anything about nutrition, which was mine, because nutrition is 70 to 80% of a healthy lifestyle. So backtrack to August of 2015. I was on vacation with my family. We had rented a lake house and in July and come home in August, and I was just in a really big funk. I had been kind of in a funk for 3, 4, 5, 6 months, and it was just kind of getting a little bit worse. My life from the outside is wonderful, and it was wonderful. I have a great job. My kids are wonderful. My husband is super supportive, but I was in a funk. I was in a big leadership role at work, leading a wonderful team, and I had my family, and I was pouring everything I had into everybody else and not taking care of me. I hadn't worked out in probably a year. I have hypothyroid. I had some nodules when I was younger, so my thyroid's always kind of been on and off. So I always kind of blamed this depression and this funk on my thyroid, and my endocrinologist said, no, your thyroid's fine. So then I would go to my PCP, and I was like, can you check my lab work? I just kind of feel like I'm in a funk, and and she's like, well, what have you tried? And I was like, I've tried everything, thinking in my mind that I had. And she said, no, everything's fine. And I was just in a funk. I was negative. Everything was everybody else's fault. My husband kept trying to gently encourage me to start, exercising, because that works for him, and pull me out of the funk. And I just wasn't ready for it. I was like, I've tried exercise. It's not there. I'm too busy to exercise. I'm too tired to exercise. I don't have any extra money. I don't have any extra energy. I'm too busy. And I kept getting snowballed and telling myself these stories in my head that I had tried everything and I was too tired and we couldn't afford to do anything besides what I was already doing and not doing. And then how was I going to squeeze something else in? I was so busy taking care of everybody else, I had forgotten to take care of me. So I was coming home exhausted. I was coming home crying. I was yelling at my kids. I was easy to get frustrated. I would come home from a busy day at work and my kids wanted some help with their homework. And if they didn't get it right away, I was snapping at them, which wasn't fair. So this was kind of escalating and just getting worse and worse. And I was crying and I felt miserable. I know I wasn't being present for my family. I know I wasn't being true to myself or my husband. They deserve better and I deserve better. And I remember vividly being in our old house in our bathroom, and we had one of those like double bathrooms. My husband's sink was on one side and mine was on the other, which was kind of a blessing, just to have separate, not have to share counter space. And I remember him saying, honey, I need to talk to you. Do you have a minute? And kind of when somebody says, can we talk, kind of like that, you kind of almost get defensive. And I said, sure. And he said, with an amazing amount of heart, he said, he looked at me and he's like, honey, I don't want you to be that person that nobody wants to be around because you're so negative. I really want us to figure out a way to lift you out of this funk and turn it around for you. And immediately I got very defensive. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm fine. That's like the answer that I hear all the time from women when I ask them how they're doing. And I truly want to know how they're doing. And I either get fine or busy. And that's not okay. We shouldn't be fine and busy. We should be awesome. We should be fantastic. So when my husband said that to me, I immediately kind of got defensive, and then I broke down. And I was like, you're right. I don't know what I need to do, but I need to do something. So him and I started talking. Do I go back to the gym where he's going, which was kind of hard because he was getting up at 5 to go to CrossFit. So I needed to be home with the kids. And I know that I don't have any energy after work. So we're sitting here trying to figure out what to do. And later that day, coincidentally, my sister-in-law reached out to me and she said, Jen, I'm starting this accountability group and I would really like your help keeping the engagement up. I know you've come in the past, and I really like your help. And I was like, okay. And I'm the type of person who's always willing to do something for somebody else before I do something for myself. And so I said, sure, what do I need to do? And she's like, just hop in the group. And I know you already have, the workouts that we're going to be doing. So just do the workouts, get in the group and engage and on my post, and just log your workout and your food and follow the meal plan that comes with the workout. And I was like, okay, I can do that. But what I didn't realize was I needed that. That's what I needed. So like the first 3 weeks, the first 21 days, I was engaged because I was helping her. I was doing the workouts every day because I wanted to show up for her and her challenges. I was doing the nutrition plan for my sister-in-law. At the end of 21 days, I was smiling more and I was yelling less and I wasn't coming home and crying. And people were starting to notice a shift in my demeanor and a shift kind of in how I was presenting myself. So then she had another group and I said, can I just kind of stick in? It's kind of helping me and I feel kind of good. And she's like, yeah, that's awesome. So after 2 months, I was starting to lose weight. I had lost 10 pounds at that point. My clothes were feeling better. I had a little bit more of a swagger in my step. I was starting to feel more confident, coming out of my shell again, not yelling. The tears were gone. The energy was coming back. The confidence was coming back. I was starting to feel comfortable in my clothes again. I wasn't yelling at my kids. I was feeling sexy again with my husband. All these things started happening in the group. And then by month 3, I was down 15 pounds. And wow, just like the weight was coming off and I was feeling good and I was feeling confident. And then some coworkers were saying, what are you doing? What are you doing? We all want to do what you're doing. Your smile is there. You're lighter. You're more engaged. Your skin looks amazing. You look great in your clothes and all these things. So then I talked to my sister-in-law about coaching, and she's like, absolutely, you'd be an amazing coach. You're already having this kind of inside to out transformation. You're loving the products, you're doing the things. And that's how it started for me. It started for my own accountability. It started because hey, Laura, it started because I needed it. I was a busy, tired mom that was not filling her own cup. So I had nothing left to give to my family, to my husband, to my children, to anybody. And what I've learned through kind of personal development and reading and the clean eating and the exercise is that the more I pour into myself, the more I have to give others. So the more I take care of me and take some time each morning to take care of me, the more I have to pour into my family, the more present I am for my children, the more present I am for people at work, the more present I am for my husband who deserves the world. And that's how I got drawn to coaching. So at first I had a couple of friends join me and family members, and I was starting to get them results. And then their people started getting results. So they kind of wanted to start coaching and paying it forward. And that's how I got started. And that's how I am still here 2.5 years later. I am down 25 pounds. And I still have a little bit that I want to lose, especially for the Mexico trip coming up that I earned through coaching. But it's what's held me accountable this whole time, this whole journey. Yes, we'll go on vacation and I'll come back, or yes, we'll travel and I'll come back, and I might slack a little bit on my nutrition and workout. But I have all the tools needed to kind of get back on track. I have everything I need, from my community to my coaching tribe to the home workouts to the nutrition to the superfood shake. Those all partner together to get me back on track very quickly. I'm not the person who kind of beats myself up for having too much wine one weekend or falling off track. So on Monday morning, I'm ready to start, and I just kind of dive back in because I have the accountability and the tools to get back on track. So the reasons that I started coaching were, first of all, for the community. This community that we have on my team and my upline team. My sister-in-law is number 5 in the company. Number 5 out of 500,000 coaches, which is amazing. And she has worked very hard to get that spot. But what comes with having a top 5 team is resources. We have a ton of resources. We have a ton of wonderful coaches. Some are like me that work full-time that are building a successful business. Some are yoga instructors that have been able to stop teaching all these private lessons that were pulling them all over the place. We have personal trainers. We have stay-at-home moms. We have chiropractors. We have teachers. We have so many different coaches on our team that bring something to the table. We also have a wonderful training site. So with a top 5 team comes a bunch of resources and a bunch of empowered women and men that are passionate about paying it forward. I'm also more accountable to my journey. So if I know that I have to wake up and show up for these women and men that are in my accountability group, you better bet your butt that I'm going to get up and do my workout and, post on my social media that I'm eating healthy foods and doing this stuff, because I'll let myself down over and over and over again, but I will never let down this community of women and men that are in our group. So I joined for the community, I joined for the accountability, and it gave me purpose back, guys. That's the biggest thing, is it gave me purpose to my life. As a physical therapist, I've always worked with patients one-on-one, and that kind of filled my cup, and I know I was making a difference. But when I got out of that into more leadership and management, I kind of lost that. I lost that passion. I lost that purpose of helping others. And through coaching, I've got my purpose back. I am empowering these busy mamas and busy women and busy men and busy parents to take care of themselves. I'm teaching them that it's okay to be selfish for an hour a day, to fill your cup so that you can pour into others. And it's not really selfish, it's self-care, because you're not going to be the best mom, parent, sister, aunt, friend, team leader, teacher, coworker you can be unless you're filling your cup first. And I promise you, if you take that time to fill your own cup, you're going to be such a better person and living your best version of your life. So that's just a little bit more about my story and kind of why I got started and why I'm still doing it, is just the community and the sense of community and the sisterhood that we have. We have a big local team here in Mount Pleasant, but we are all the way across the United States. We're up in Canada. We even have some coaches in the UK, which is just amazing. We get on these team calls together, like a Zoom call, so we see each other face to face, constantly like engaging, talking, and supporting one another. And I will tell you that my 5 best friends were not in my life this time 2 years ago. My 5 best friends are people that I have met through coaching, and these girls will rally around me like no other, second to my sister and my parents. So this community means everything to me. And the accountability that I have on my own journey, again, if I have to show up for others, I'm much more likely to get up and push play. I'm much more likely to walk past the sweets at work. I'm much more likely to make sure I'm drinking my shake every day to fuel my body and make sure I'm getting all the nutrients. And purpose, it has just given me purpose back. So if any of these things speak to you, if any of these things resonate to you, please reach out to me or the person that added you to this group, because we can share a little bit more, answer your questions. So stay tuned for day 2. Post your questions below if you have anything specific you'd like us to answer. What I'm going to go over in day 2 is kind of a day in the life of a coach. There's certain things that we do every day. There's certain things we do each week. There's certain things we do each month. I'm just kind of giving you a sneak peek into what we do. Also, if you're friends with me or follow me on Instagram, you'll kind of see a little bit about what I do in my stories. I'll kind of be snapshotting that over the next 3 days. And then day 3, what we're going to do is just kind of answer some frequently asked questions and tell you guys how you can sign up with our team, or sign up even just for a challenge group to get started. So we'll kind of walk you through those steps in case you're interested in joining us. And you'll kind of see some other people pop in and share their stories as well. So I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful, is it hump day? Yeah, I think it's hump day. So have a great hump day. Post your questions below. I'm so super excited for you guys to be here, and talk to you later.